What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Experience More podcast, the podcast that is all about experiencing more of the great outdoors and life as a whole with those we love to experience it with. Every single week, we're going to be coming back with a podcast outside of some, rare occasions, scenarios, but every single Monday, we're bringing you something new. Really could be an individual, as I like to call them, a solo cast with myself, me, and I. Just my thoughts, my outlooks, opinions, all those different things. So if you don't like them, it is what it is. But on top of the solo casts, we have guest appearances, anyone and everyone ultimately across the board. I really like being able to go through and help share other people's stories and really hopefully give each and every one of you guys nuggets of information, nuggets of experience to go out there and truly experience more of the outdoors, more of life. Really, giving you tools to go out and use, because most of the times, really all of the time, you are who you surround yourself with. You are what you listen to, what you read, what you consume on a day-to-day basis. And I want to be able to really get to know other people, bring other people onto the show, and allow you guys to have that firsthand experience with them as they go through their walk of life and journey, and their journey of life, as well as myself being able to grab a little bit of something from them. And it's cool. I love being a part of other people's stories. On top of that, we have what I would like to say is not even a promo piece, anything like that. Really don't do sponsorships on the show. But it might be a gear review. It might be something that I personally use or I think one of you guys can ultimately benefit from. I really don't do a lot of those. I think those might just be filler ones that I ultimately do here and there, just kind of throw out for fun as I come to know different things, try different things, experience different things, no pun intended, but able to share that with each and every one of you guys. And so for you guys, if you are new listeners to the show, one, welcome. I appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. Appreciate those who have gone through and shared the show, left a review, allowed us to grow. And really, it's just growth organically across the board, because I'm not going to just shove shit down your guys' throats. I am here because of a podcast. My life experiences, the things I've learned, I've come from audiobooks, from reading books, from podcasts. And really, dude, I'm no different than any of you guys. Put my pants on the same way. I'm a little dyslexic farm kid from central Wisconsin, and I've done some pretty cool shit. And I'm very, very fortunate to have grown up in the family that I did grow up in. Not for lack of, trials and tribulations and, family setbacks and different things of that nature. But hey, we're still rocking and rolling, and very, very blessed to be where I'm at, have the family that I have, and be able to share those experiences with each and every one of you guys. So welcome. This week, I'm really going to hit on a lot of that, and we're just going to get right into it. Okay, kind of going over, topics and a lot of what I give you guys, and just kind of hit on, I do this straight from the cuff. I'll take down notes and thoughts that I have throughout the week, or sometimes I might just jump on here and just give it to you. But it's usually comes from personal experiences I've had either in the past, I'm having right now, or I'm that I've gone through recently, or that I'm going through as of now. And life is just a continuous growth, right? If you're not growing, you're literally standing still. Everyone else is going to surpass you in one way, shape, or form, and you're just essentially waiting to die. It's that whole thing of, you can be alive, but are you living, right? Yeah, I'm alive today. Cool. I woke up today. That whole thing where it's oh, how you doing? Oh, living the dream. Cool. Is that the same dream yesterday and the day before? Are you actually living, or are you just walking dead? That is just kind of that thought. And that's where this episode really comes from. It's, this thought keeps coming into my brain, and ultimately it's a reminder to me, a lot of the shit that I talk about with you guys is me going into my own head and just telling myself what I am needing to do, or the things I need to achieve to be able to break through on different stuff. And the one thing that just keeps coming up is why do most people stay stuck? Why do they stay stuck, right? If you really, really think about it and just pull the curtains back on all the different shit out there. I'm sure there's a 1.5 million different excuses for most people, but most people don't fail at their dreams. They don't stop themselves from their goals, from either, like a lack of talent or a lack of intelligence or opportunities. Really, the biggest thing that I see, and I've even experienced just in my own life, is like we stay stuck because we've become comfortable living in this like gap, multi-universe, like in between what we know we should be doing and what we actually do on a day-to-day basis. Like we're just stuck there, stuck in a limbo, right? And like if you really boil it back, like if you closed your eyes right now and just thought about it, it's like you thought there was something and there's something in the back of your head. You're like, that's what I should be doing. I know, like internally, you have a gut feeling, and I swear to you, your intuition, that little gut feeling, is smarter than you every single day, or at least where your brain and what you think you're smart about. But that gut feeling, that's your true, like that whole, like, I mean, get into the science piece of it, but your gut is the second brain of the body. And it's kind of weird how all that works, but I mean, it plays a huge role into your hormones, your gut. And I'm talking about nutrition now, like how that plays a role into it, right? Like your gut health plays a huge role because your gut is the second brain of your body. And it's just wild how that little voice inside of us, that little intuition, it really does know what's up. And the more you fight that, usually the more anxiety you have, the more stressors you have, and you keep beating yourself against a wall, right? And you're like, you know what you should be doing, but what do you actually do on a day-to-day basis? That could be business related, fitness related, career related, entrepreneurial related, relationship related. Like it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, like you have to move through those moments, move past those moments of the hard conversations, not just the ones with the boss, with the spouse, with anyone else in your ecosystem. You have to have the hard conversation with yourself. It's the hardest conversation you'll probably ever have in your life. But that little voice inside of your head is by far the greatest negotiator you will ever meet in your life. And you just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like you would never allow another individual, right? They'd be a pretty toxic relationship, but if you really think about it, no one else in your life would you let that individual talk to you the way you do. And if you did let other people talk to you the way you talk about yourself or doubt yourself, like you would probably get rid of them. You probably wouldn't have them in your life. So who's really the toxic one there? And it's just something to think about, like that, kind of really in depth. Like, have you ever looked at your life and thought, I know exactly what I need to do, so why am I still not doing it? Just something to think about. Like, we've all looked at our lives. We've all known exactly what we need to do. So why are we still not doing it? You know what fulfills you. You know what gives you joy, right? You know the opportunities that are there. You see them. That's why you stew on it over and over and over and over again. It's just whether or not you give yourself the permission to actually go fucking do it. That's it. It was the biggest reason for me when I went through and started my CrossFit gym up in Wisconsin years back. It was the first step. I sat there and was waiting for everyone else to give me permission. I was thinking, maybe if I get permission from grandparents, from parents, someone, right? My professors. And here I'm like, going further and further and further into school debt, thinking that I need to go this way. I need to get this degree because that's what society is telling me I need to do to be successful. Well, here I am, college dropout, dyslexic, homeschooled, the whole 9 yards, whatever anyone and everyone wants to put across the board on me. And I'm still doing pretty damn good. I'm actually doing a lot better than a mass majority of other individuals in my life that have gone out, got master's degrees, and quote unquote book smart. But I love my life. I'm not saying those people are bad people. I'm not saying that they might not be enjoying their life, but you don't need what society tells you need to be successful. Successful is your own opinion, is your own right. Now you can look at it just in a financial side of things, and that is a metric, right? But what fills your cup? What gives you that mental, physical freedom that you are able to literally feel free, balls deep into what you want to do, work countless hours and go hard in the paint and all of it Because honestly, that's freedom. Freedom to be able to go out and do exactly what it is you want to do, even though you're grinding your ass off to go through and make it happen, it still fulfills you. And I believe that's one of the biggest things that people struggle with. And I can look at my life and myself, and where I've struggled the most is you become comfortable with where you are at in what you are doing, and at the same point in time know exactly what it is you should be doing and what you should be working towards. It's just whether or not you give yourself permission to get out there and get after it. So that's kind of the biggest piece that I look at when thinking about like what holds most people back. Really, the brass tacks to all of it. Most people, they don't trust themselves enough to go through, and they are stuck in this space of wanting safety, right, or security. And like, I mean, all parents and everything want that for their family and their kids and everything like that. But really, like, and I get it. Like, most people want that protection. Like, I mean, being a new dad myself, like, I want my family to be good. I need to be able to take care of my family. Financially, I need to be there for them. Physically, I'm fine. Like all these other things, but like financially, and it's one of the biggest things that holds people in a place where they hate what they do. So it's how do you create those freedoms to be able to make yourself available to go do that? But again, that is a fear of an unknown, right? It's the tattoo I have on my back. Nothing to fear but fear itself. At the end of the day, fear is the number one thing that is going to stop anyone from doing anything. I'll repeat my tattoo. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. Good old Teddy quote there. Like, you really think about that. It's a meaning. There's a reason I have it printed on my body, and it is a consistent reminder for me that fear is the only thing that is going to stop anyone from truly going out and achieving anything they wish to achieve. It is the fear of your own failure. The truth is, most people are, because of fear, they stay in jobs that they hate. They stay in an unhealthy, state of being just because it's comfortable, right? Like they want their comfort food. They want their junk food. Those things give them a sense of control and a sense of comfort, right? They're staying quiet because, they're afraid of criticism. Maybe you're afraid to talk on your stories. Maybe you're afraid to put yourself out there on social media because you're afraid of what other people fucking think. It's kind of silly. I look at it as like, what would I tell my kids? What would I tell my daughter? Don't give a fuck what they think. Do you. Be you. Be the great individual you are. But at the same point in time, majority of individuals out there are afraid to speak of what is on their mind because they're afraid of the opinions of other individuals that they've never even met. And honestly, they wouldn't, if they met them face to face, they wouldn't even care if the opinions were there anyways. Or maybe it's the opinions of people they do respect and they're afraid of what they might think, when the reality is, are they people that really should be in your circle if they think that way? No. That was one of the biggest breakthrough moments for me years back, was I just stopped giving a fuck what everyone else thought about me and what I said and what I did and what I put out there via social media. It's one of the biggest reasons why I've grown throughout the years, is like I'm me. Unapologetically, that is who I am. If you follow any of my social platforms, any of the stuff I put out there, it is the lifestyle that I live. It is the things that I do. It is the words that I think. And that's just me. And if you don't like it, cool. You can criticize it. You can talk all the shit you want. Usually those are the posts that do the best. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to change who I am because someone else didn't like it. Boo-hoo. It's the old saying, sticks and stones might break my bones, but words are never going to hurt me. So it's one of the craziest things. Fear of others and their opinions. Like, we really, guys, and this, I'm to all the dads out there, all the guys out there, like, why are you afraid? Why? Is it an opinion of someone else? It's pretty silly. Like, stand true in what you believe in. Speak on what you believe in. It's your life. You're going to die. I'm going to die. We get one life to live. Why wouldn't you go out and be the best that you can absolutely physically possibly be? Just something to think about, right? Because like the last thing you want to do, and this is for me, like the last thing I want to do and that I would ever want any of you to do is slowly becoming so comfortable with comfort that it's your identity. It's a sticky place to be. You can't allow comfort to be your identity. We are built to grow. We are built to go out and push. And like the society, the machine that we live in today is literally built around comfort, and businesses are built around comfort, and millionaires are made around comfort. But guess what? There's creators and there's consumers. Who are you? Are you someone going out and creating, building, making something of yourself for others? Because the truth is, at the end of the day, if you're not a creator, you're a consumer. You're just consuming, and becoming just totally dependent on all of them. Something to think about there. Because at the end of the day, even social platforms. It's a big reason. Like, you're either consuming on it or you're creating on it. Guess what? The consumers pay the creators' paychecks, right? The individuals out there who are using, let's say, DoorDash. Guess what? You're getting your food, you're eating, you're consuming, and you are feeding them off of your consumption is feeding them because they created a convenience for you. And it's great. It's a tool. It's something to be able to utilize. No different than the impact wrench I use on my Jeep versus a hand crescent wrench. It's great. I love it. It allows things to be more effective and efficient, but in what detriment? You just got to think about those different things, because at the end of the day, waiting until you're ready is one of the biggest fallacies and lies you will ever tell yourself. Just waiting until I'm ready. I'm waiting until the right time. I'm waiting until Monday. How many fucking times have you told yourself that? I'm waiting until, I can use my podcast for this. Like, I'm waiting until I get that right camera. I'm waiting until I get that computer. I'm waiting until I get that piece. Dude, at the end of the day, when I first started my podcast and put this out there, it was on my phone. You just got to start. And thank God I had someone in my corner, a good buddy of mine, Ethan, who literally called me out of my shit because I was playing that game. I was like, if I just wait for this, I just got to wait until it's perfect time. And then he's like, hey, dude, told me that podcast was going to be out by now. Where is it? And I was up until about 1:30 in the morning, figured out what I needed to do to get the software piece, to get it up, record, and put all of it out there and just start episode 1. At the end of the day, you just got to go. You just got to make it happen, because that whole, I'll start when I have more money, when I have more time, when the kids are older, when work's not as busy, it's never going to come. Just won't. It's the truth. It's the truth that I've had to tell myself a lot of times back in the day. And I'll tell you what, there's never a perfect time. It's honestly one thing that I was with my daughter. I'm like, there's just be a better time. I'll wait until work gets a little bit slower. I'll wait until I get this, because if we have this kid, what's that? No, there's no perfect time to have a kid. At the end of the day, if you got a perfect marriage, perfect wife, when it happens, it happens. I'm not saying go out there and just go start having babies, but the truth is, there's never a perfect time. It's just start. Whether that's starting the plan and laying down the foundation to go on your first hunt, just start. Go on your first hunt. Start your first business. Start your podcast. Start going on social media. Start videoing yourself, right? Everyone will suck. Absolutely suck in the beginning. You're not going to be great. You might have some luck, the whole beginner's luck pieces and all that, but that's not how it works. 99.99999% of the time, it's going to suck. But guess what? You get better with the reps and the continuous reps going over and over again. You will get better. You have to get past the fear of looking stupid. That's all it is. The second you can get past that fear, that's where a lot of other doors open up, and you realize that it's really not that bad. You just can't be your own critic in that place. Because at the end of the day, you feel embarrassed, but the reality is you're embarrassed in yourself in doing it. No one else really gives a shit, cares. No one cares. Honestly, at the end of the day, most of the people around you, the individuals who are closer to you, a lot of them will probably root for you. Even people you don't. Because if you think about it yourself and you thought about, what's that one buddy, John, he said he was going to start that auto body shop. Dude, if he had that, I would support him. Dude, that'd be so awesome if he did that. If Sarah started that bakery, Sarah started doing this, you seeing it, and you have this positive mindset, and you're putting out, the thing is too, when you start thinking in that positive mindset and that reticulator activating system inside your brain, the first day you bought that brand new car, right? You never saw that, Chevy 1500 on the road before, kind of like yours, right? Lifted up or whatnot. Then all of a sudden you bought one, and then all of a sudden you see Chevy 1500s all over the place, or whatever car it is, whatever vehicle it is. That's that reticular activating system inside of your brain that starts to see things that is recognized as important to you. So if you start putting out in the world that other people are important and other people they're going to achieve their things, and you want to see that growth, you want to see that happen for them, well, then the world starts pumping it back to you, and you start seeing the opportunities, and you start seeing the achievements, you start seeing the possibilities that are ultimately there, and other people see it in you because you're giving it back to them. You just have to give yourself the freedom to go out there and do that and get past this whole bullshit piece of like self-judgment. Like, don't let other people sitting in the cheap seats keep you from the field of your life. Like, you have it all. Everything in front of you is there for your taking. You just have to be willing to get out there and play and like encourage other people to play. It's one of the best things. It's one of the greatest tools you can give yourself is like encourage other people. You see them winning. You see them going after it. You see them getting after their dreams. That should be the gates for you to walk through and be like, yeah, fuck yeah. I'm doing what they're doing. I'm going to go do my thing because I love seeing them do their thing. It's one of the coolest things. And you're seeing everyone just get after it. The biggest thing you have to watch out for, though, in all of it is just like you can't confuse motion with progress. What do I mean by that? What I mean is, say you're like that word, busy, staying busy, just busy. I'm busy doing what? Like going through the motions, doing the same shit. Like, you just can't be busy. Like the whole thing of like wanting to go on that first hunt. Okay, you have to be not just busy and think about the hunt that you're doing. You have to be productive in the actions that you're ultimately taking. Right? I know I brought up like Clint Kingston before and everything, had him on the show in the past. Gonna definitely have him on again. Freaking love the dude, but he's one of the best when it comes to systems that I personally know. Right? That is what his whole role is within the business and the job that he has. But he's great in not just implementing it in his workspace, but also in his life. Right? So adding those systems in where you have a system for your fitness regimen, you have a system for your financial growth and goals that you have there. You have a system for, really, I would say for him in looking what he has done and everything that's there. He has a system for like the hard things that he is challenging himself to do, right? Really physically, mentally, like spiritually, all of it. Like he has facets of those inside of his life. And it's laying that down to where you're not just planning over and over and over and over again, but you are actually setting a foundation of this is what I'm doing. Once this is completed, right, I am going to this. And it's that progressive overload. If you're a gym guy, gal, that's out there too, like you are consistently progressing yourself, progressively adding weight as you go out throughout the program, and you are checking where you are at, reestablishing your foundation, and then pushing past that, progressively overloading yourself to have a new baseline, which is higher than what it was before. But you have to get yourself not just in motion. That is one thing, right? Like you got to get the momentum going, but then you have to be able to articulate the progress that is coming along with it and not just be someone who is busy. The entrepreneurship world and everyone who's ultimately out there, I know guys that I've gone through and ultimately been fortunate enough to be able to talk with, know, and just go through life with is one of the biggest things they see, and they're a lot more successful than I am, 100-fold, but they see people go through this success mirage or whatever it is to where they feel like they're doing it. They're going to be successful, but they're literally success zombies because they go to every lecture. They go to every 10X conference. They go to they don't download every app, right? But they don't actually progress. They don't actually take any of the tools that were given to them and go fucking do it. It's no different than you can have the nutrition plan in front of you. You can have the workout plan in front of you. You can have all the supplements in your cabinet. You can have the trainer. You can have everything. But if you don't go sweat and put in the work, the results will never come. It's time under tension. And for you to grow, there has to be resistance. There has to be pressure applied. That means you stepping outside of your comfort zone and pushing past those points that once you were comfortable in. You have to push past the comfort. If you want to see growth in anything, in the gym, in the miles, if you're running, in the finances, in the relationship, in the business, all of it. Pressure has to be applied. You are going to be uncomfortable when trying to progress growth long term. It's inevitable. It's going to be there. Like, you have to identify the behaviors that you have, right? Like, a really good book that is out there is Atomic Habits. Okay. Atomic Habits talks about stacking habits, right? Like identifying your good habits and your bad habits, because we all have them, right? To where, okay, well, maybe you can stack a good habit with a bad habit and ultimately start articulating different things to have better triggers and identify the triggers that lead you into the bad habit. When that trigger happens, you flip it and go do something that is productive towards what it is you want to do. If you've never read Atomic Habits, you need to go read it. It is one of those books that personally for me has been a foundational piece in my personal growth, right? Just because it's not that it's hard or anything crazy, but also it's a book too that when I was able to have those kind of conversations and discussions to where my wife knows like what my morning routine is, and I'm stacking different habits with that. She knows and understands like my afternoon routine and like what I do when I come home from work. And it's just sticking to those different systems that you put in place, those habits in a systematic way to move you towards what it is you want to do. Now it's making sure that those habits aren't counterproductive towards what you're trying to do, right? But you also need to make sure that you're communicating that with your significant others if you have one. I can, just from personal experience, doing that will help a lot because they just don't understand or know what is going on. But also, if it is something that you guys can align on, it helps so much. And that's something that even personally, I can always be better about. If I'm changing one of those habits or I flip or stack something a little bit differently, it's communicating with my wife what I am doing and why I am doing that. Like, this is the foundation of what I'm doing and what I am trying to achieve. This is the ultimate goal. These are the things that I'm doing to help get me there. The more she understands that, or the team that you are on understands that, no different in the workplace than in the home. In the home is making sure everyone is communicated in the roles that you have personally, but then it also allows them to understand how to best like aid you in the job you are on. It's just communication. That's the biggest thing, right? You have to be able to go through and figure out what those behaviors are, right, that help you sharpen the skills that you ultimately have, right? Literally, I mean, you could look at it in a lot of different ways, but at the end of the day, no one is going to come to save you in any of it, right? And I think this is said this weekend. For any of those guys, I wasn't at the operator standard that Andy Frisella put on and everything, and with his app that he has out, but I've heard a lot of really, really good things. I personally have not been inside of the app. It's one of those things that I will be getting in, but it's another systems platform, right? It's funny. I work for Andy and at First Form have been there for years. I just had not gotten in to the app. That's shame on me. I need to be in on it. And it's one of those things that I personally have not gone in to buy and ultimately like better understand myself. I've gotten a lot of things from Andy and a lot of tools in different areas. I should know like, hey, it's great, but I already know a lot of the things that he ultimately talks about and we ultimately know about, but it is a lot of different technology that I really don't understand or know as well, with different AI and stuff of that nature that I've been told nothing but great things when utilizing this stuff for the good. Right. So, but one of the quotes I saw it on a reel or like a post that someone had made that was there was, it's understanding that no one is coming to save you, which also means no one is coming to stop you. You just got to go out and do it. Like that piece. And it's funny that I read that before recording this podcast because it really falls in line with all of this is no one is coming to save you. No one's coming here to do it for you. No one's going to give you the fucking permission that you are looking for until you give yourself that permission. And the greatest part of all of those things is no one is coming to stop you either. You just have to go do it. The only person who will stop you is you. And that is at the essence of all of it, of why people fail at whatever it is they want to do in their life. You just got to get past it. You got to get past your own thoughts, your own self-doubts, because it's the whole piece. And like the quote that I put out there is, nothing changes if nothing changes. That's what I talked about last week. You will be in the exact same spot as last week to the week before, to the month before, to the year before. If nothing changes, nothing is going to change. And that's where you have to just ask yourself, are you okay being in the same spot that you are right now? Kind of living the same life, doing the same, just ring around the rosy, like just getting back on the carousel and just doing another ride, just going for another round? Are you okay with doing that for another year, for another week, for another month, for another year, for another decade? You got to ask yourself that, because the thing is like that's why that quote, nothing changes if nothing changes, means so much to me, is that is a constant reminder, and that is going to be another one that gets added to my body, right? As something that has profoundly impacted my life. And it's reminding myself that if I don't go out and make the change in the habits and take the actions to do this stuff, nothing will change. Nothing will move towards the life that I actually want to live, the life that I want to be able to provide for my family, for my wife, for my daughter. Nothing will happen if I don't first go and make the change. I'll be the same tomorrow. And the cool piece with it, if you get the momentum going, the progress will only compound over time. No different than a workout, no different than you reading a book, no different than the hunts that you go on. You learn more. The decisions you have, like it is so much of that law of attraction mentality, to where the more you go, the more you do it, the more freedom you will give yourself, and you will just see those opportunities presenting themselves that much more frequently as time goes on. So I could keep going on and on this, guys, and I don't want this episode to be long, but it was just something that definitely, it's funny how everything outlines. But I'm going to give you guys just like almost like a practical challenge for this week. For this week, whatever week you decide to go and make the change, right? Like, I don't want you to overhaul your life, but I want you to pick one thing, one conversation, one workout, an application, a business idea, a chapter of a book, a walk, one uncomfortable decision, an action that creates momentum. I want you to just pick one and go for it, and just start taking the actions that will lead you forward. Because if you go do it, Andy again, I'll use him, this is not me, but the work will come before the belief. You have to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You have to get comfortable with having the difficult conversations. That work will build the belief. That belief will create the identity, and the identity will change your life. But you have to give yourself that permission to go out and make it actually happen. Everyone wants a different life. Very few are willing to become a different person and live a life that is outside of the norm of the comfort that they have come to know. You don't need another motivational quote. You don't need another Monday. You don't need anything. All you need is action to go out and make things happen. Because someday you'll either tell the story of why you never started, or you will tell the story of how everything changed because you finally just did it. So with that, guys, I love y'all. I appreciate you coming on and being a part of this week. If you got anything from this week, only thing I ask is go out, share the episode, the episode. Share with a friend, family member, colleague, someone who may be stuck, right? I just appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate you being a part of the show, part of the experience, right? Like, this is a lot of the things when I think about this and I talk and even look off the screen, I'm just like, a lot of it's me thinking to myself and all the things that, because there's a lot of stuff inside of this little brain up here, right? Like, I'm no smarter than any of you guys. It's just I've been, whether just too stupid to quit in it or just like too bullheaded to just say no, right? Or allow it to be said like, no, I'll find a way. And a lot of the times it's like, I'm going to figure it out, even though other people might not think I'm going to go through and do it. Like, I'm going to just fucking do it. Because at the end of the day, you get one life to live. And really the North Star, even for myself, like with my daughter, is just, I want to be a great example for her. And I think about that a lot, to where it's like, if I was talking to her and encouraging her to go do the things I want to do, or if someone was filming my life right now and she is going to watch it when she comes of age, what kind of movie do I want her to watch? What kind of story do I want to be told? What lessons do I want her to learn? 'Cause the truth is, like, nowadays, we get to be able to tell our story. We get to utilize social media. We get to go out and build these relationships. And all of you guys are capable of going out and doing phenomenal, great things. I'm no different than any one of you guys. And the fact that you listen along the show, you put it out there, you share it, I truly, truly appreciate it. And allowing me to be a part of your journey, a part of your story. So I thank you for that. I don't take that lightly. Any of you guys who leave a review on the website, I read all of them. And I truly, truly appreciate it. And it helps it grow. It helps the message get out there. Like I said, this kind of format is ultimately what played a huge role in me and my life and where I am at today and the things I'm doing and have had the opportunities to do. And a lot of it was when it taught me a lot of just get the hell out of my own way. Just fucking go. Just make it happen. You are your own worst critic in that way, and nothing changes if nothing changes. Your future isn't waiting for you to be perfect or have perfect conditions. It's waiting for you to make the next decision. That's it. All right. I love you guys. Have an amazing week. Get out, get after it. Get out there and experience more the outdoors of life. Love y'all, and we'll see you on the next one.